You know what? I can't take this anymore. This like discourse on the internet is kind of ridiculous, right? So we have this situation with Barbie. The movie that everyone thinks is the greatest thing since sliced bread, but it isn't because, it's a good movie. It's not great. It made a lot of money, I guess. So I don't know why, but like all of a sudden, there is this desire by people to basically be obsessed over the fairness of the Oscars, right? And frankly, it's ridiculous. Like, again, I'm going to be called a hater for saying what I'm about to say. I don't really care. This is the situation, okay? I'm telling you what like it is, and I've said this on multiple podcasts which actually haven't come out yet. Um, but this is the situation with Barbie. Okay, it was a good movie. It's okay. It has become the most overrated movie ever, without a doubt. Like it's literally become the most overrated movie ever. So this is the thing, and I've got to be very careful when I say this because I'm going to make people angry. I actually don't know how to be careful. I don't know what I'm saying. Um, Margot Robbie doesn't deserve Best Actress nomination. She doesn't deserve even the conversation for a nomination, for being perfectly honest. Like, there is no argument to be made that her performance was outstanding, or great, or even good. It was okay. It was average. You can't give her credit for being amazing if she wasn't even good. Like we can't do this every time where it's like sometimes, yeah, you know what, we're gonna be angry about this one person, and you got people like Hillary Clinton and other people tweeting about it or messaging or Instagramming, social mediaing about it. Like Barbie didn't get snubbed; it got nominated for so many awards. Both Margot Robbie and Greta Gerwig, by the way, both got nominations. Greta Gerwig, obviously, in writing, and she was also a producer, so she was nominated as a part of the Best Picture nomination, which it also didn't deserve. Margot Robbie, being a producer, also was nominated for Best Picture. By the way, Ryan Gosling should not have actually got nominated for Best Supporting Actor. However, we can't always get what we want, so he was. Like, it's like this is not a movie with some outstanding performances. And by the way, don't even get me. We'll talk about song in a minute, but like, it's ridiculous. Like, I don't understand why we can't be honest about this movie. This movie is a good movie. Some people loved it. I know that, and I understand that. You know what other movies some people love? I'll give you some. There's some people who love Suicide Squad. Do we think Suicide Squad deserves a Best Picture nomination? No, we don't. There's some people loved this year even John Wick. Some people think it's the best movie of the year. Do we think John Wick deserves a Best Picture nomination? No. Like, we have to be serious here. If we're going to truly criticize the Oscars, then we got to do this for everybody, right? Like, if this is the standard we want to set for the Oscars, I'm good with that. You know what? Every now we have to continuously do this. This has to be the new standard, right? Because fairness and all of this other stuff has to apply to everybody, not just this one movie, right? That makes sense. Again, if we're being reasonable and logical here. Like, I don't understand how this narrative and even Oppenheimer's kind of being sucked into this, which I think is ridiculous. Like, oh my god, we didn't expect it to get awards. Of course you did. You made it to get awards. You're lucky it got $900 million, probably again off the back of Barbie. Like, the narrative around these awards has gotten so ridiculous and mind numbing, and it's like it's so pandery and stupid. Like, again, look, Barbie was a fine movie. It was okay. It was good. Whatever. It was a mediocre movie. It was a comedy. It was a funny comedy. It made you think a little bit and made you feel some things. Cool, whatever. Why do we care so much about this stupid movie? Like, so there's a few years ago, right? I was making this argument for Chadwick Boseman and Michael B. Jordan to both get acting nominations for Black Panther. By the way, Michael B. Jordan, I thought I thought he was great in that movie. I thought Chadwick Boseman was great in that movie. I was arguing they should get actor nominations for Black Panther. Obviously, they wouldn't because it's a superhero movie. Now, it did get a Best Picture nomination. I will give it that. No one actually thought I had a chance to win Best Picture, but it did get a nomination, right? You know what everyone told me when I was making that argument? They're like, it doesn't matter because the Oscars aren't about big movies. They're not about movies that make a lot of money. That's not what the Oscars are about. The Oscars are about giving people movies that don't get a lot of attention the spotlight. Giving performances who don't get a lot of attention spotlight. And you know what I said? I was like, cool, cool. I get it. I get it. Fine. Now we're here. Barbie is the highest grossing movie of the year. Oppenheimer is, I'm pretty sure it's in the top five highest grossing movies of the year. And we're sitting here complaining that it didn't get more nominations. Margot Robbie's performance wasn't great in that movie. Like, if you could explain to me how she was the best actress in a motion picture, or even a top five actress in a motion picture with Barbie, please explain it to me. Because I've seen that movie and I'll tell you she wasn't. Like, Lily Gladstone, by the way, Emma Stone, those are the only two people who should be in this conversation at all, like, in terms of, like, winning the award. Who cares if the rest of the nominees? They're just there because they're there. Robert Downey Jr. in Oppenheimer was better than Ryan Gosling and Barbie. Ryan Gosling and Barbie, by the way, might be the single most overhyped performer. And I said this from the moment that he was that anyone saw Barbie, because again, everyone had this obsession with him in this movie, and I'm like, he's not a good actor. I don't like. He's a okay actor, Canadian legend, sure, all that stuff. I watched that movie. I'll tell you for a fact, he is not the best. He was not amazing part of that movie. You know what Barbie deserves? Barbie deserves the technical awards. I'll tell you. It did a great job. Production design, man, that was great. And honestly, Greta Gerwig, I do have to give her credit. She deserves. It does deserve script, like a nomination for that. It does deserve director, even supporting actors. That it was a well deserved nomination. But like again, we're going and Ryan Gosling even posted this thing, and I'm if I can find it, I'm just gonna read it quickly, so everyone can understand because like again, maybe I'm the only person who sees this, but like this is just the most ridiculous thing. Okay, here it is. So Ryan Gosling posted this or sent this or did some Instagram thing or whatever. I'm extremely honored to be nominated by my colleagues alongside such remarkable artists in a year of so many great films. And I never thought I'd be saying this, but I'm also incredibly honored and proud that it's for portraying a plastic doll named Ken. Okay. But there is no Ken without Barbie. There is no Barbie without movie without Greta Gerwig and Margot Robbie, the two people most responsible for this history-making, globally celebrated film. No recognition would be possible for anyone on the film without their talent, grit, and genius. To say that I am disappointed that they are not nominated in their respective categories would be an understatement. Against all odds, with nothing but a couple of soulless, scantily clad, and thankfully crotchless dolls, they made us laugh, they broke our hearts, they pushed the culture, and they made history. Their work should be recognized along with the other very deserving nominees. Having said that, I'm so happy for America Ferrera and the other incredible artists who have contributed their talents to making this such a groundbreaking film. Ryan Gosling, end quote, or end quote, and then Ryan Gosling. This is the thing where I don't understand. Right now, I'm gonna pull up the Hillary Clinton thing as well, because I think it's important, to talk about how stupid this is. But like, we're talking about a movie here, and by the way, it didn't do anything. I mean, it did a few things historic. It didn't do anything like it didn't do anything crazy. And again, like unless Barbie's the only movie, and maybe for some people it is, the only movie we've seen that they've seen this year, then you can't convince yourself Margot Robbie's the best actress in that movie or in any movie. She's good. She's okay. Like you can't. Like I just don't understand. Like Greta Gerwig, I understand that, but the other part of this, which I don't think he understands how the Oscars work, right? Yeah, every movie needs a director to make them good. There's a lot of good movies that weren't even nominated for the Oscars, by the way. Yeah, you know which movie was nominated for the Oscars? The Marvels. You know the best movie of the year? The Marvels. I'm just saying, like, if we really want to, like, what? Oh, because it made a lot of money. If anything, the Marvels really is the underappreciated type of thing that Oscar should be nominating, not snubbing completely. But the Barbie, right? And so I found the Hillary Clinton tweet, so I'm going to read this one as well. So Hillary Clinton tweeted, Greta and Margaret. Margaret. Well, it can sting to win the box office but not take home the gold. Your millions of fans love you. You're both so much more than enough. Ugh. Hashtag Hillary Barbie. Um, I I mean, I guess is she's used to not taking home the gold, even though she won the box office. She won the popular vote, didn't win the election. Anyways, I think she has better things to do. I hope she has better things to do than talk about the Oscars. Also, I don't know if she's actually seen Barbie. She might take a selfie in front of the sign. Actually, she probably looked that up. But like, this is the thing. Let's be honest here, okay? Now, nothing about Hillary Clinton as a person. I don't know her as a person. If Hillary Clinton is telling you that Barbie is a good movie, then I don't know if you really should be listening to her. I don't know if she's actually seen the movie. Like this is just it's like it's just so dumb. I just don't understand it. Like I understand there are people who like Barbie, but I also understand there's people who like Suicide Squad. Like in my mind, there's no difference. Greta Gerwig's a great director. Margot Robbie probably is a good act. She's a decent actress. She hasn't really been that great, but we overrate her significantly for some unknown reason, which I don't understand. But yet for Barbie, there's this outrage. It's outrage, right? Like there's people who posted like the first thing they the Margot Robbie was the biggest snub we've ever seen in an Oscar. What? No, it isn't. No, she isn't. What? No. And it's like, and now let's talk for a second about the original songs, which by the way they had two nominees for Best Original Song Oscar 2024. So Billie Eilish is What Was I Made For, which I know there's people who like that song. Now let's talk about I'm Just Ken, okay? Because I have an issue with this song as well. See, Ken, that song I'm Just Ken, is the most unoriginal song ever. By the way, you know what? You know what's funny? We got the same type of song in Mario with Bowser, the stupid Peaches song, or Peach or whatever it's the stupid song he sings. And you know what both those songs are ripoffs of, which no one seems to remember? Frozen 2. Lost in the Woods. Go listen to that, then go listen to that stupid Ken song and then that Peaches song. And you tell me what movie came up with that like had that idea first, which I guess we'll call that an idea now, right? Like it isn't some groundbreaking song. Frozen did it better. They did it first. Like now all of a sudden we're like, oh, Ryan Gosling, man, he just wow. Like I even remember when the song came out initially, right? And I probably said this somewhere, or maybe I didn't because I was scared I was getting attacked by the internet because I said something mean about the movie, um, or about the song for the movie. And I was like, this song, this sounds a lot like a certain song from Frozen too. I don't know if we really should be praising it like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread because people were again the narrative around the song on its own was absolutely ridiculous. It was that one and Peaches when they both came out. There was this narrative that like these are the greatest things ever invented, and again they aren't. Like, what the hell are we doing here? Frozen 2 didn't get any recognition for their song, and then and then all of a sudden we're talking about what? Like how this song is better. Like unless the Academy never listened, and maybe they didn't. I don't know. Maybe the voters just never listened to a song. Like only saw Barbie this year and Oppenheimer, and that was it. Like that would actually explain. Maybe they saw Killer the Flower Moon too, and they just kind of guessed the rest. Like how can you not nominate a single Spider Verse song for best original song? I don't understand it. Like even in a universe where we have this cult like obsession with Barbie, even though it was just like I'm telling you, Barbie is being talked about like this great movie when in reality it's just this average movie that's like okay cool, it's like a movie. It's just an average summer blockbuster. I don't know why it's so controversial. Like it's this narrative. It's just a ridiculous. Like we lost the plot really, right? It's like like in sports when someone overrates a player. That's what we're doing with Barbie. We're like overrating it because it's like, oh, I did something once, and now we have to all pretend it's the greatest thing ever. It's not. It's okay. It's mediocre at best, and that's okay. Like it doesn't have to be. And then again, if you were someone who was telling me, and there's a lot of people who, by the way, right now are advocating Barbie was snubbed, saying chill out. When I was saying Black Panther deserved more love and deserves to really be in the conversation when it came out. Right? Like I said, Michael B. Jordan, I said Chadwick Boseman. I was like, they both deserve to be nominated for Best Actor. I said Black Panther should really be in the conversation for Best Picture. Like in real, like in the top three conversation. And I was laughed at. I was called. I was said, "Oh, you're just being a fan of Marvel, and you're not being realistic here. You're uncultured." Well, you know what? Everyone who's saying Margot Robbie deserves an Oscar nomination for Barbie has lost their collective minds. And the fact that no one calls it out is even more ridiculous. Like, I don't believe that these people who sit here on the internet spewing the garbage that Margot Robbie is snubbed from the Oscars has ever seen a movie before. Like, I don't know how you can see a movie and then say, at the same time, that was the best performance of the year. Like, how can anyone walk out of Barbie and say, man, Margot Robbie had the best performance of the year? Like, do you understand what the hell we're talking about right now? We're saying, well, let's look at all these other great performances for underappreciated movies, which is like literally the whole point of the Oscars, according to everyone who told me when I was advocating Black Panther should get nominated that I was being stupid because obviously the Oscars are for underappreciated movies and not for movies that make a lot of money, which is why no one watches the Oscars and no one has any emotional invested interest in the stupid awards anymore, except for all of a sudden now because Barbie. And Barbie, honestly, the Barbie stuff is kind of like becoming the Taylor Swift stuff, right? It's like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. It's like, okay. She's good. Taylor Swift, she's whatever. She's good. Is she the greatest singer ever, performer ever? No, she's not the greatest. Is she the greatest? No, because obviously Michael Jackson, you're Prince, right? They can both sing and they can dance, and they're good, right? She's just okay, but everyone just has a weird call. Again, we just have these moments in society, right? It's kind of like this weird version of meme culture where everyone just kind of becomes obsessed collectively or goes collectively insane for this one thing. It happened, way back in the day, and by back in the day, I mean like almost a decade ago, I guess, around that time, right, 2014 ish, with Justin Bieber, right? Everyone lost their collective mind. They all went insane, right? You see these boy bands, right? Now this time it's not men, it's women, but it's the same concept, right? Like we just have these moments of just and not we because I don't have these moments, but like other people have these moments of collective delusion, right? Look, we deluded ourselves into thinking Endgame was the best movie Marvel's ever made. Although I think there are more realists on that one than there are on the Barbie conversation. And then, we can go into the fact that Martin Scorsese is like quite literally the most overrated director ever, but that is something which apparently is even more unpopular or as unpopular as the Barbie opinion, and I've gone 18 minutes on this. The fact that I spent 18 minutes of my time talking about the stupid movie and if you want to hear more of my unhinged reactions, I did a whole bunch of Instagram story posting things. So, yeah, anyways. Then let me know if you think that I'm stupid or whatever the hell. Barbies should not be getting this love, and I don't know why we're even talking about this. I don't want to talk about this anymore. This is a dumb movie. It should not be getting talked about like this. And if I see someone else say Margot Robbie deserves to be the best actress of the year, I might lose it. Okay, bye.